Pop-up modals are one of the most powerful ways to grab attention and boost conversion on your website. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can create a powerful pop-up modal in Framer with zero code. I'm Gus from Insert Frame. Let's get building. So here we are in the Framer canvas. As you can see, I've gone ahead and designed my hero section. And the first thing we're going to do is to create the overlay that will hold our pop-up modal. I want this modal to appear when we click this button. So I'm going to select this button first. Now, over in the right panel, you will see an option called Overlay. Go ahead and click that. You will notice two overlay options, Relative and Fixed. Relative is great for the small drop-downs that sit close to a button, but Fixed is what we want for modals because it covers the entire screen. Now you might see that some of the elements in the page appear on top of the overlay, and we don't really want that. So to fix it, I'm going to head over again to the right panel. So we can adjust the Z index. Think of this Z index like layers. The bigger the number, the more on top this layer is going to be in the canvas. So let's increase this number, maybe something like 10. In this way, we're telling Framer that this overlay needs to sit above everything else. Now we should add the modal itself. I'll press F on my keyboard to add a frame and place it in the center. Then I'm going to add a layout. I'm using this layout to add a stack because a stack helps keep spacing consistent and make things easier later on when we edit when we add content. Next thing I'm going to do is add some padding. I feel like 40 pixels is fine for now. Then I will change the color fill to match my brand and change the corner radius. I think that 24 is a good number. Next thing we should do is add some text to this modal. I'm going to press T on my keyboard and just write a title. In this case, I'm going to write something simple like join the newsletter. Then we should style this title. I'm going to go to the right panel again and select my style. This will be a heading. Next, I would like to add a short description. So I'm just going to duplicate my layer, my text layer, and add that short description. Probably change the style of this short description. So I'm going to go ahead over my right panel and change this to be my body text. Then I will wrap these two in a stack so that they stay nicely aligned together. And then change the distribution to start so it sits nicely on top of my modal. Next, I want to add a form so users can enter their details. I'll drag in the form from the Framer insert panel here and simply type form. We'll just drag and drop it inside our modal pop-up. I want to collect my visitor's name and email. So I'm just going to get rid of this location input that comes by default. Now, I'll head over to the right panel and style the inputs to match my brand. So things like color or this font. Again, I'm going to head over to the right panel and set my style to be body 2. Nice. Name, same for email. I will get rid of this border. I think that I also want to include a button group for extra info, like asking visitors what type of work they do, for example. For this, I'm going to use the Framer Forms plugin. And this plugin will pop up. The good thing about Framer Forms is that its inputs work well alongside Framer's native form components. If you want to learn more about Framer Forms, I'm going to leave a link below. So we just simply head to form inputs and search for button group and drag it inside the canvas. I'm going to set this width to fill now. Actually, I think I'm going to also get rid of this padding inside the form so the inputs sit nicely. Now I will add the input label and style it. I'll also add the job role options and update the style in the right panel later. So let's change this button label for what's your role? Change the styling. Now I will also add the job role options here and update the style in the right panel. I want the job role options to be 4. So in the right panel, we go to options. Option number 1 will be founder. Option number 2 will be developer. Option number 3 will be designer. And I will add a 4th option being simply other. Now, I think I would like to change the styling of this layout. So I'm just going to head again to the right panel, to the layout property and set the columns to from 3 to 2. Done. I think this is looking great so far. Now, I think I would like to change the value of my gap here so the elements inside my model are not so close together, and set it to 30. And then I would like to change the width of my form, so I will set it to fill, so it fills the empty space here. Now I will change the height of my model to fit the content inside. I think this is looking great so far. If we play this, users can dismiss this model by clicking outside of the pop-up model. But I would like to add a close button. So what we can do in this case is go to our plugins and add a close button. In this case, I'm going to use the Phosphor library and search for a close button. Next thing I'm going to do is simply drag and drop it inside my model. Then I'm going to wrap this vector in a frame and change the fill to match my brand colors. Blue, nice. Next, I want this icon to sit in the top right corner outside of the content stack that we set before. So I'm going to set these positions to be absolute. By setting this icon with absolute positioning, it won't get affected by the stack layout spacing. So once it's set to absolute, I'll position it 20 pixels from the top and 20 pixels from the right. This means that this close button will stay in this corner no matter how the content inside of this model changes. Now, with this close button selected, I'm going to go over to the right panel and click to add an interaction. You will see this option popping up called Close Overlay. Done. We can tweak the animations here, but in this case, I'm happy with these default settings. Now, I think that we're forgetting to set where the submissions will go. In this case, I'm just going to add my email account. Now let's see if this works. Done. It works perfectly. And that's how you create a powerful pop-up model in Framer. If you want more Framer tutorials like this, please subscribe to this channel. And if you're interested in mastering Framer, check out our Ultimate Framer Masterclass. You'll find the link for this below. My name is Gus, and I'll see you guys next time.